Hollywood.
Kat, tell us a little bit about Outlander. It's been running a long time now. It's a huge success, and it's really gathering momentum here in the UK now, and not because Kyle Reese is in it.
Well, I was going to say, it used to be, we had a really high standard up until a couple of years ago, and it seems to have slipped quite a lot,
What's he like on set? Is he a nightmare?
Ever since, oh my God, Quincy Myers, what a diva.
Hey, I make my own coffee, thank you very much.
He's the best. We do love him dearly, if only to have somebody to pick on the whole time.
Yes, I agree.
That God put me on this earth.
When there's no children on set to pick on, we just generally turn to Kyle.
Is it true that you've got a fantastic trailer, sort of a double, it sort of bends over, jacuzzi, and Kyle's got a little caravan?
Who gave him a caravan? I thought he was still in the teepee.
Yes!
Oh no! Do you know what? The first time when I was on set, I was like, any actor is nervous when you go on a big job like this. And in fairness, Caitriona, the first day I was filming with Caitriona and Sam Hewan. Caitriona's number one, Sam's number two. You won't mind me saying that.
Yeah, say that again.
Caitriona's number one, Sam's number two. But we were doing a scene where we were just riding, or I was supposed to be driving this horse and cart, and I was getting different bits of advice. Normally you get advice about your acting from the director, but I was getting different bits of advice from you and everywhere. And we hadn't really spent a lot of time together at all. And I was really nervous to work with her and Sam. And she just sort of very nicely took me under her wing and was like, listen, what you're doing is fine. What you're doing is fine. Don't listen to anybody else. If you want to do something else, the director will tell you. But so yeah, and that came because that day we were sitting in a caravan, if you remember, when we were doing the scenes around the campfire.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I just thought of that, because we were sitting, the green room was the caravan.
Yeah, your caravan.
Well, it's not my caravan.
My fancy caravan. His caravan.
So
but I think it's really important. I think, the vibe that you create on set is so important, and it always ends up on screen. And every single person is as valuable as the next. And I think it's really, really important. And I think we do have a really good vibe on our set.
Yeah, we do.
We all get along really well. We come on each other's weird podcasts, and I'll be signing you up for something soon, Kyle.
Can't wait. We have a little sing-song as well, don't we, Kat, me and you?
Yeah, it's because we all genuinely really like each other, and I think that's really important,
It is. When I did the film Pride, that was a ball, and I remember Paddy Considine saying to me, you'll never get a job as good as this one, because like you just said, everybody loved each other, everyone was funny, everyone just got on, and it was a great laugh. And he was right until I went to Outlander, and obviously season 4 I was there for 3 eps, and they were supposed to kill me off. They told me, we're not killing you off.
But then we loved you so much.
See, that's it.
See, now, it's great having you on, Caitriona, only for the fact that I can start to believe some of Kyle's stories now. Now, listen, what part of Ireland are you from? We do a lot of showbiz, movies, TV, because of Kyle, and then my background is rugby, so we talk a little bit of rugby.
Rugby.
What part of Ireland are you from, Kat?
So I grew up in Monaghan, which is
Tommy Bow.
Just on the border.
Tommy Bow.
Yeah.
Tommy Bow's from Monaghan. I can't believe it.
You should see Sean's face now, Caitriona.
I'd
never heard of it apart from when Tommy came over. That's fantastic.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, we produce good people. Now I'm blanking on his name. The amazing boxer. Oh my God, Barry McGuigan.
Barry
McGuigan. From Monaghan.
And his son, Shane.
He's from Clowness.
Yeah.
I'm sure we have other
Barry McGuigan.
People in sport.
I'm sure you're too young to remember this. Certainly Kyle is. When Barry McGuigan fought, right, and he was a world champion, Barry McGuigan was, his dad, before every fight, right, put a little dicky bow on, black tie, right, and he'd get in the ring and he'd sing Danny Boy, and everybody would be crying before he fought. It was amazing. It was. Yeah. So
because I remember being a kid and literally, this is so embarrassing, but we did not have a TV for years. So I remember, and this is Kyle also, I'm showing my age, but I remember we would all sit around and listen to it on the radio. And it was amazing. Yeah.
So would you consider, if you were to pin your hat on a provincial team, would it be Ulster, or would it be Munster, or would it be Leinster, or even Connacht?
Well, you see, here's the thing, because I have not lived in Ireland since 99. So that side of rugby, I'm just not educated about it at all. But I always watched all of the international games whenever I can. So
that's great.
I'm a big fan, but it's like when I lived in the States for so many years, and you don't get to see the rugby then.
No, I tell you what though, there's a lot of you Irish guys out in the States, isn't there?
There is. It's kind of where we end up going. You don't meet too many Welsh, actually. What's that all about?
Well, funny enough, we were talking to
Pennsylvania. You've got to go to Pennsylvania.
Well, we had Matthew Rees on the podcast last week, and he's living in New York, so we got one.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Who
following.
I know because he lived next door to my mate.
We had Matthew Rees on, and we said you had a few mutual friends on, and he didn't believe me that I'd get you on this week. So next time you see him now, you can tell him.
It's only because you paid me £1,000, really.
Don't tell him that. Don't tell Matthew that.
That's half the winnings that you were getting from Matt, right?
I had a text message. You know, everyone knows me. Everyone up in there, Caitriona knows, you know. Everyone who knows me knows I'm a mad rugby fan. I always bang on. I think one point in season 5 we were shooting, myself, Sam, a couple of the other boys. We were all standing there, and in between takes I was like, someone get the phone out, I want to watch it. It was Wales v Ireland. And I can't remember if you were on set that day, Kat, but Ireland beat Wales.
I think I remember that. I think I was.
The other day, in the Six Nations the other day, like every time since I met Kat, every time we'll play Ireland, I'll be texting her a couple of days before, are you watching the game? Where are you watching the game? And obviously we lost in Dublin this year, and she texted me like 3 or 4 times afterwards. I didn't get back to her until yesterday.
So
I forgot about that.
Who, Kat, would be, you've had a few dishes for playing for Ireland. Who would be your favourite Ireland player of all time?
Well, it would be a toss-up. Of all time, I don't know about all time. I kind of, I would say I'm a more recent recruit in the last decade or so. So, Johnny Sexton, you can't really beat him for man under pressure. But Aki is like the man these days.
Bundy Aki.
Yeah.
I did. I'm on social media all the time. So I'm not mixing concrete right now due to the coronavirus outbreak. But I'm on social media all the time. And you see sometimes those things where you have to, you pick a letter, the first letter of your name, and it gives you something. And then your date of birth, and it gives you something else. Well, yesterday I did one of those, and I ended up going to spend 7 hours with Bundy Aki watching rugby games. It was a Six Nations little game that you could play, and that's what mine was. First letter of my name, my date of birth. And I ended up...
So you actually get to do that?
Oh, no, I wish.
Is this a dream you had, Kyle?
Yeah, maybe.
He has lots of dreams, Caitriona.
Right, Caitriona, if you were in a totally different dimension and you were a professional rugby player instead, what position would you play?
I would play fly half.
Yes, I knew she was going to say that. Boss in the show, as always. Are you fast?
What's yours, Kyle?
Well, I was a tight head prop. I was big and fat, so they just stuck me up front to push the other big fat men.
No.
You were a fly half, Sean, weren't you?
Unfortunately, I was a jack of all trades and master of none.
Oh, unfortunately.
That's why I ended up being a coach.
I doubt that.
Unfortunately, I could play every position on the field.
Exactly, the most reliable man on the field.
Actually, Kat, it made me good for the bench. That's what it made me good for. Now, listen, away from rugby, Kyle tells me you're also a bit of should we say, a catwalk model.
Yes, in my previous life, I did do that. Yeah,
you've been to Paris Fashion Week, haven't you?
I was.
That must
yeah,
be
but
really
I was
daunting.
watching. I wasn't in it. I was just sitting watching.
Yeah,
which is not daunting
recently,
at all.
yeah. She was. I saw on her Instagram because I follow her on Instagram. You see, we worked together now for 3 years.
Oh, your mate.
I don't think I followed
Do
you
you think
back,
she followed me
do I?
back yet? No. So this is my final warning to you before I see you again. No, but she wasn't just a runway model. She was, she was one of the top, high class. Is that the right word to say,
No,
Kat?
I wouldn't say that. I would say we were the blue collar models. I mean, I did really well, but I wasn't, it wasn't like anybody knew my name. So we used to always consider ourselves like the working class models.
What you got scouted for that, didn't you? I'm sure you remember telling me a story. Wasn't that in Ireland?
It was in Ireland. So I was in college. I was studying theatre in Dublin, and I was actually packing groceries in the Swan Centre across from our college, myself and a few girls, and we were collecting money for multiple sclerosis and packing bags. And this model agent was in doing the shopping, and he gave me his card. And then it was like the girls at the checkout were like, what just happened to you? Dave, is your one? And she started screaming all over the whole shop. She was like, your one just got asked to be a model. And all of this, and it was like this whole. I was never so mortified in my entire life, but I ended up, I worked it for a few months when I was still at college in Dublin, and then when my first year ended, I decided to take a year out. That was, I'm not going to say how many years ago that was, but I never went back.
5.
And I moved to Paris then, and I started working abroad.
So what's next, Caitriona? You've been in so many big films. Outlander, obviously, will be coming up again soon, no doubt. What's next on the agenda for you?
Well, I hope what's next is getting out of this apartment.
Can we
I don't know. Everything's up in the air. Most productions are being postponed, and I think, what I worry about right now is like all our crews. They've all effectively become unemployed as of this week, and who knows when we'll all get back to work. So hopefully what's next is this all wrapped up and everyone, without, it being too catastrophic, and everyone being healthy, and then we can all just get back to work.
Before we move on now, towards the end of our time with you.
Was that really glum?
No, it wasn't glum. It was lovely. It was very lovely and very well put. Thank you very much.
It was very apt, actually, Caitriona, because I work in the TV, and like you said about the crews there, because a lot of those guys are freelance, aren't they? Whether they be
they're all
camera person, riggers, producers, whatever it is, directors, they're all freelance. Yeah,
all the costume, the makeup, everything. None of them. They're all, self-employed, independent contractors. So you really worry about what kind of safety net they all have.
I just wanted you to tell Sean, out of everything that you've been in, I've seen you in most of the things you've been in, because I'm a fanboy. Tell him who's your dad.
Oh,
wait for it.
Arnie.
What?
Arnie.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
What about him?
Caitriona played his daughter in a movie.
Oh, never.
What was the film called, Caitriona? It was Breakout or something.
It's called Escape Plan.
Escape Plan, that was it.
It was my first day at work was with Sylvester Stallone, 50 Cent, Vincent D'Onofrio, and Amy Ryan.
Nice.
And I mean, talk about absolutely crapping my pants. I was so scared. And
well, I think somebody's phoning. Caitriona, everybody, hang fire. We'll be back.
Well,
You there?
Are you there?
hello?
Yeah, sorry. Somebody was phoning you again?
Yeah.
That's fine.
I'm
Carry
here.
on.
I don't know what's going on. No, I was just saying on my first day, Stallone walked in, and like the first thing he said to me, because I stood up and I was in heels and I'm a little bit taller than him, and he was like, "Who ordered the giraffe?" And I was like, "Oh God!" So they made me take my shoes off for the whole scene with him. But yeah,
I've got to ask you a question. It's what we ask all our guests, Caitriona. If there were to be a movie made about your life, who would you want to play you?
Kyle Reese.
Oh, shut up. Somebody else has said that. You're not original. You're not funny. Oh, come on. Who would play you in a film? The film Caitriona Balfe, the epic. Who is playing you?
Oh God, well, Saoirse Ronan, right?
Absolutely. Brilliant actress.
She's amazing.
Sean's looking at me. I don't think Sean knows who she is. But I'll show him after the pod.
Well,
Yeah.
Sean's old school, Caitriona.
I'm a simple old
She's only
school.
been nominated for an Oscar 4 times.
I know.
Little Women. Have you seen that new one?
Yes, I know.
She also goes out with the guy who's I don't know. They're not engaged. Are they, Jack? And are they engaged?
I don't know. No, I don't know.
I know they're together, and he was a year below me in drama school. He's very handsome, young, Scottish, talented.
She's stunning, actually.
She is stunning.
Yeah.
But right, Sean is going to do a little thing called Up and Under with you now, Caitriona, if that's okay.
Okay.
You
He's
ready for
going
this?
to
Ready, Sean.
fire some really quick questions to you. You've got 2 options, and we want to know which one you would prefer. Over to you, Sean.
Okay, you ready for this,
All right, bring
Caitriona? Yeah, quick fire answers, no thinking, no abstaining. Here we go. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Gin or vodka?
Gin.
Cats or dogs?
Cat.
Tommy Bow or Brian O'Driscoll?
Ooh. Well, I'll have to go with the home guy, Tommy Bow.
London or LA?
LA for the sunshine.
TV or film?
Film, because it's so much easier.
Sun or ski?
Sun.
Batman or Superman?
Batman.
Sam Heughan or Christian Bale?
You don't have to answer that, but I want you to.
Ooh. I'll take Matt Damon, thank you.
What an answer.
Yes, yes.
Caitriona Balfe, you've been up and under. Brilliant. Well done.
Thank you so much for spending some time with us today, Caitriona. I really appreciate it after your jet lag.
My pleasure.
But in the end of the day, I know you've got nothing else better to do because you're in self-isolation up in Glasgow.
Exactly. Sean, Kyle, thank you so much.
You stay safe.
I'm just going to go and listen to all the other ones now. So, yeah.
Great. You'll have a really good laugh. Don't listen to the first episode, though, because I just waffle.
Caitriona
which
Balfe.
is different to what? Okay.
Thank you so much, Caitriona.
Thanks, guys. All right.
Speak to
Bye.
you soon.
Bye.
Bye.